Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's episode is all about the bride. And, well, I guess not just the bride, groom, whatever you want to call yourself. If you're planning a wedding, this video is for you. I have 10 tips for surviving planning a wedding from somebody who is currently planning her own. So let's just dive right in. Tip number 1, this is your wedding. Stop making decisions for other people. Stop making choices based on what you think other people will like. Just stop. This is your wedding. Tip number 2, book certain things way early, like as soon as you can. The top 3 things to book as soon as you possibly can. Number 1, your venue. You also want to book your photographer and videographer as soon as possible. Tip 3, I'm a little bit biased here, but hire a videographer. It always seems like once you got your photographer, that video is just an unnecessary extra expense and that you just have to let it go. But really, you can sit down every year and watch all of your vows, all of the toasts, all the speeches, and relive that day. Don't just get photo, get video too. Splurge, it's worth it. Tip number 4, get your wedding dress early. A lot of wedding dress places, especially if you're going more designer or local or boutique, a lot of wedding dress stores want you to order your dress at least 8 months ahead of time. Tip number 5, don't worry about trying to make your wedding Pinterest perfect. It's your day. It's about celebrating your love, what you want with whoever you want there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Tip number 6, for guest books, I would totally buy one on Etsy. Etsy, of course, is the place to go for most wedding things. Personally, I'm bringing my Fujifilm Polaroid camera and I ordered a custom-made guest book off Etsy that people can put the Polaroids in little pockets and write their note by it. That way, everybody gets to take a little picture of themselves and it's a more personal way for me to see who was there and what they had to say to me. Tip number 7, skip the party favors. Look, you can do it if you want, but frankly, you're paying for this wedding. You're putting on a party. You don't need to buy a bunch of junk to send home with your guests. Tip number 8, make your wedding about more than just the one day. It can be so stressful and there can be so much pressure on putting all of the fun of your wedding into one day. Make a weekend out of it. Tip number 9, when you've planned your wedding and you've got all your gorgeous little details together and you've got your rings, you've got your vow books, you've got everything, put all of the little trinkets from your relationship in a box for the photographer and videographer. Tip number 10. This is, in my opinion, the most important tip. Pick your vendors wisely. I know weddings are expensive. Believe me, I'm planning one. But picking those key vendors like your photographer, your videographer, your caterer, your florist, pick people that serve you and that you mesh with, that you connect with. Because there's nothing worse than a vendor who doesn't respond, a vendor who doesn't treat you the way you want to be treated, a vendor who doesn't, frankly, hype you up on your wedding day. Pick the people who are going to support you and help you make your day magical. Don't make the mistake of bargain shopping. You're gonna regret it. Okay, so that was just a quick little video of 10 tips for planning your wedding. I hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to check out some of my other videos coming out in the future. I hate ending these. Bye.